say he tried to you know what Heavy do when in certain instances he tried to break down, and I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna say I'm anything, cause first of all, I'm a nigga that I study law, so certain things are private and certain things are public. So I would
Right.
never tell you my real stance
No,
on anything because that's for me.
hey,
That's my
sweetheart.
identity. You know what I mean? So whatever's on the internet, nigga, I put on the internet. I don't give a shit.
Right. No, I
I
was
work.
asking because I wanted to see what he was gonna say because he confused me when he said he followed up what he was saying with "Let us make man in our image," but I'm like, bro, you can't use you can't use the Abrahamic shit for Christianity and Muslims and everything when you talking about God as a whole because we know in the first or the Old Testament and even he said the Old Testament God is not the original God. So it's like you said this, but you using that as a reference point to tell us
But
why God
Sage,
is
which
these
God are we
things.
talking about in the
That's
First
what I was
Testament?
asking. That's literally basically what I was asking him. I
Okay.
never got the answer though, because the live ended. And then when I came back in, it was on a whole different topic. You know how you do. He switched that topic quick. I was like, yeah, because these are questions I really got answers for, bro. I mean, I need answers for these
Your
questions
mama
because I've been waiting
Fave,
on
he
these
was
answers
just
for
in the live
years.
and he shut down when I brought some real information to him that he couldn't refute. He shut the live down.
No, he was driving, bro. He said he was gonna come back in an
No,
hour,
he
and
was
then we went
literally
to
on
the
the
halfway
road.
house shit.
He ain't shut it down because of that. He was on the road. But you were on the Adam and Eve tip, right?
Yeah,
Okay. But you were talking about sun. You were talking about the sun, right?
I think Crystal was talking about Adam and Eve. I
No,
was
Yeah,
I
just
but
was
he was
talking
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 about
about
the
about Adam and
son.
the image
Eve.
of God.
I was talking about the
But that's
son.
why I asked him. I said, which came first? I said, was it already light on Earth before the sun came?
I low key want to wait till Heavy get back in the live so we can see what he say. Boy, both of
Heavy
y'all
back on,
echoing
bro. You
heavy.
ain't look at this nigga chat. What are you
Somebody needs
doing?
some earphones, bro. I think
What are
that's
you
your mama.
doing?
You need some earphones, gang.
No, he said he dropped his phone.
So your homie was in the
No,
restroom
I'm muted,
a
gang.
little
That's
too
you.
long.
Okay. All right. Well, nah. Hold on. I want to hit what I was saying about us being made in the image of God first, though.
I don't believe he was made in the image of God. That comes from the Christian Bible. You know what I'm saying? Now, every other religion that I've looked into, they said we had many creators, many,
Man,
and they
but
all
No, we
worship the same
didn't.
image.
No, 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 no. If you ask me, me coming off my ignorance, I will, me reading that scripture and being raised off that book. First of all, they found something that was already here. Now, when they say make men in our image, that means to bring us and build us mentally, physically, law like it go. I can keep going with this down the line. How they made us, they shaped us. You know how you meet a young girl? That's like an older nigga
Grooming.
dating a young girl. He's gonna
Yeah.
build her in his image. You know what
yeah,
I mean? So you
we
gotta look
working
at
on that right
shit
now.
like take the book and take the power away from the book and like put logic to it.
No, but that's why I asked because when you look at what let us make man in our image, what the fuck is man in
Hold
the
on. Pause
black
one more
law
time.
dictionary?
Your mom.
See what I'm saying? When they do that shit and you add the law to it, technically God didn't make humans. He
No,
made
but okay,
monsters.
y'all keep thinking about it. Y'all gotta stop anthropomorphizing God. 'Cause I think subconsciously we do it, especially when because we all been brainwashed and have witchcraft placed
I
on us
need you to explain
based
what that
off of
word means first off.
which word.
Anti-morphosizing.
Anthony.
Cause even when
That
like
means when you hold on,
yesterday Sage, was you on the live with us yesterday? Like I think it was me, Heavy, Mama, Mama JoJo, and I can't
Nah, I
forget
missed it.
I can't remember the other dude
I
name.
was sick as
But
hell yesterday.
he was asking certain questions, and I let them talk because they go off of what the books say, and I go off logic. That's why I
Right.
don't
So I need to know where's
really
our
put
reference
my
coming from? Are
points.
we
You know what
coming
I mean? I
from the
don't really
Bible?
put my points on certain things
Are we coming
hold
because
from the
on.
Bible right now?
Let
certain
me finish
motherfuckers will
this
look
while
at me crazy if I tell you like you can't just go off the book. You gotta put logic and real life to it.
yeah,
Cause
exactly.
you
I
But you
agree.
have to know how to read it. This go back to what I was telling y'all about my master teacher. I ain't even gonna put that much emphasis, but this nigga Cole, Archangel Uriel. The way he broke this shit down and it resonate with your soul if you enlightened or if you even like got your third eye chakra a little bit
right,
open,
Milan.
you'll be able to perceive it. But the way it play out is this is metaphors and the book is all metaphoric. So if you look at we were made in his image, We were made in our image. You have to read the book like you wrote the book, and you have to read
Nah,
it
but okay,
as damn near like God writing the book.
Nigga, that is not
they
helping with my
basically the way
confusion.
they broke it down was they didn't even realize it. They were going into law. They were
That's
talking
what I'm
about
trying to.
govern.
Okay, see,
That's
this
how
why
law
you
is
gotta
wrote
You
hold on,
dig what I'm
Chris.
saying? That's why it
That
says reflections. But I let people that I keep saying I know nothing, because everything that people say is being debunked every fucking day. And the way niggas speak about it, and I be like, bro, that's law. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah,
So that's why I asked the question yesterday, and certain niggas tried to. I seen them in the comments. They wanted to say certain shit. I said, "Is fear?" I literally I said, "Is emotions natural?" To me, it's not, because
mm,
what?
when I said
mm.
when they ate the fruit, I'm not gonna say apple. When
I
they
knew you
ate the
was gonna go
fruit,
that. I knew you was going that way.
yeah. And people don't get when I say this, like they not getting where I'm coming from. When they ate the fruit, what happened? They
They
got
got emotions.
fear. It
They
was fear.
scared.
The first
Yeah,
the first
But
action that
that
they
was
had, or the first
after gaining
emotion they
knowledge of
had,
good
was
and evil, though.
fear.
You got to remember though, that's after they gained the knowledge of good and evil, the
No,
ability to
it wasn't
judge.
even that. See, it's cool to say knowledge, but what did they really get from that?
I mean, that's
Like,
what
you
the
tell
Bible
me
says.
that
If
in
you're
your
using the Bible, you have
breakdown,
to use what
when
the
they
Bible
ate the
says.
fruit, what was their second mind? Like, okay, we ate the fruit, but after that, what came?
But
Fear.
do you know the scripture? Do you know
paranoia.
the scripture? Can you say the scripture?
Bro, they ate the fruit. They were scared of what God was going to do and think of them.
So how did they come to that assumption though?
Nigga, it
Because
doesn't matter. It's fear.
It does matter. You can't use the Bible and not want to use the Bible when it's time
No,
to use the
okay,
Bible. You got to use
no.
the
How did they
Bible.
get to that? They ate the fucking fruit.
No, listen. You got to read the witchcraft. You got to read
No,
the
bro, I
scripture.
know the witchcraft. I was raised in it. It was
You can't
beat
say
upside
it
my
though. You can't
head.
say I got to be on my heavy shit. You got to be able to pick up the
No, you
context.
not on your heavy shit. Tell me what they did after they ate the fruit.
So listen, they said that they realized they were naked, and the reason why God was able
Is
to
that not
tell.
fear? Is that not
Listen
fear?
what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. They
You don't
they
even have
knew
to
that they
know.
were
You don't have
naked.
to go anymore. That's fear.
No, it's more than just fear though, bro. It's not just
No,
fear.
that's fear.
It's just the
Look,
knowledge
we
of
let
don't
me
need
let
no
me put it in some perspective
elongated
so he
ass
understand what he's
answers.
saying.
That's
Because I don't
fear.
think he get it. I think he be thinking he's so smart that he can't catch this shit when it's really simple. Look, these
no.
niggas
Y'all
before
doing
they
that.
ate the fruit. Listen. Before they ate the fruit, I ain't trying to fucking disrespect you nothing. I'm breaking it down for
Nah,
you so you can
I
see it
ain't
because you a
sensitive,
visual.
bro. I'm from Atlanta, bro.
You a
I'm not
visual, right?
sensitive at all.
So imagine the garden, right? Now, before
Mm-hmm.
you touch the fruit in the tree, you don't have no knowledge of nothing. I know where you going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you not afraid to talk to the lions. You not afraid to raise
Listen,
these
that's not what
animals.
it's like. Y'all
None of
imagining
that shit.
fear.
No, listen to what I'm saying though.
Okay,
You literally are Adam right now. And you are
okay,
toiling on the ground and you are fixing shit. This is before Eve pop up. All of this shit. You are just fixing the grass, the trees, no questions asked. Perfect
okay.
human being. You don't know shit. Then your
Mm-hmm.
wife bring you this fruit that God already told you not to eat of. You eat it, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh shit, I'm naked. I need to put clothes on."
Yeah,
You see what I'm? That's what he's trying to get you to understand. It's like
I understand that though.
before
I'm trying to get
fear
to a
was
certain
before
point.
the
Y'all
apple.
not letting me get to the
After
point
the
I'm trying to
apple
get to.
was fear. You just trying to make it seem like it's because of the knowledge.
No,
Okay. Have you
that's
read the
not what I'm
Bible
doing.
where it
Y'all ain't
talks
letting me
about
make
how
my point
knowledge can
yet.
be, huh?
Y'all ain't let me land the plane yet. Y'all didn't let me
All
finish
right,
making
then
my point
go
yet.
ahead,
Bro.
go
All
ahead, bro.
right, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, boom. So, see, I damn near forgot.
You talking about fear and the apple?
Because I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get back to the beginning of the conversation when we said we was made in the image of God. This is what I'm trying to get to because we wasn't even supposed to be on Adam and Eve really right now. We were made in the image of God based on us being able, just like God is jealous. God is creative. God created the universe, and he separated the light from the dark. That's us in our minds creating our world based on what we're thinking about. That was the first time they thought about fear because they live with God. So when you live with God, you have no fear because you don't understand separation. You don't understand ego. The ego was created based off of the apple, based off of knowledge of good and evil and separation. You gain separation once you gain ego, but you have an ego because you're alive in a
But
body.
where is ego?
You. That's why astrology is so powerful, and all real spiritualists and gurus study astrology because that's how you study your ego. You
He
live in
not
the
wrong.
ego.
It's just the way he fucking
That
dictates it
sounds
in.
good. Look, I'm
Like
not a
it's like no,
look.
because I get what
I'm
he's
not
saying,
a
but it's
founder.
like
I'm
it's
not Tim
backwards. It's like
Duncan.
all jumbled up.
I'm not Tim Duncan. That shit
He not
sounds
wrong.
cool. It sounds beautiful, but no, it doesn't. Ego starts in
What?
the heart.
Oh my God, y'all tripping.
No, I'm just being. I
It
no, no,
starts
no.
in
I'm
the
talking about
back.
from my standpoint. From my standpoint, this is not ego. This is just from my standpoint because I can hear y'all say all these beautiful stories and everything about Oshun's, about this and that, this and that, this and that. But you have to put logic to this shit. What you're
I am.
saying is, where does ego come from? Let me hear your answer on that one.
Where does ego come from? Okay.
He on some
Okay,
bullshit
boom.
now.
I just watched the KRS One. I sent you the KRS One video too to prep y'all mind for
I've
this battle.
been, I've been posting
All right,
that. I know
wait,
what
wait,
you're
wait.
talking about.
All right, boom. So,
Yeah.
so basically, right now, say I am in your say I am in your head.
I do that every day.
Okay, okay. So you understand the concept of separating the light from the dark. You can visualize your future. Look at your future self right now. Imagine a future self for yourself,
But no, no, no.
and then
What's
go to
what's
that
the full
world.
concept of what he was talking about? Do
I'm
you
trying to.
hear?
I'm
Do
trying
you
to
hear
break
your?
it
No,
down
no,
so you
no,
can
no,
understand.
no, no. I'm finna tell you. Do you hear your voice in your head when you talk to yourself? With no
Everybody does.
words. Not
Everybody does.
everybody.
Yeah,
Not
not everybody
everybody.
does
That's
it.
how you think. The only way
Not
you think is you
everybody.
have an internal voice. That
No,
internal
not
voice
everybody,
is
gang.
real
Not
powerful.
everybody has that. What's your voice and what does your voice sound like? Does it sound like you?
Yes.
You know what's
Okay.
crazy? My voice sounds like what I think it sounds like, but when I hear my voice out loud, it don't sound like nothing like the voice inside my head. That shit be crazy as hell. But it be my voice inside my head talking.
I
Like
feel like
I don't be telling my
You
voice.
know what?
in it
And you know
because I
what?
make
You know the
music.
funny thing when you
So
said
I make
that,
music
because like
about
when people
making
say
you
they
the
have
king of your
they
soul.
have these images or dreams or something,
Hmm.
or angels or God is trying to talk to them, they come to them. Not even that. Let's even go to when people talk about aliens and spirits and demons, whatever the fuck, whatever lane you in. They're only gonna come to you in something that you accept that
Mm.
will not break you as a being,
Yeah.
that will not break your energy, because we're overheating. We're definitely
Facts.
overheating with this knowledge. That's why I sit
This is
back
some
and
high
I'm
level
like,
shit. I ain't
nigga,
gonna say.
I can read a book. I'm not gonna force myself to read a book. I gotta let it digest so I can fully understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So when I do this, do my voice sound like my voice, like in my head? No, it doesn't. Cause you know why? Cause I can pick what voice my it's in my head.
Facts.
That's like
But
you
okay,
can,
okay.
like
That's
when you
expression.
fully
That's
understand
creativity.
that you have all power in the dream world, that you can create anything. That's reflects to the real world.
Exactly.
That
That brings right
reflects.
back to my point.
All right, so if we going back to the God versus image, let me. I'm gonna tell you the answer. Right. My dad was a pastor. My godfather. He died in 2017. I remember in
God bless.
2015, I had Lyric with me, and we were in the house, and me and him were arguing over the topic because he was trying to figure out my spiritual beliefs or whatever. And I was telling him that I wasn't really Christian. I was more into Taoism. And he basically was trying to break down that verse. And my daughter walked up about what 2015, so she gotta be about 7. She walked up to us and she looked at us and was like, "Dad, it's so simple. Let us make man in our image. Who do I look like?" And I looked at her and I was like, "Your mom and dad." She was like, "Duh, that's God. You, mom,
Thank
made
you.
me."
The
It's
children, the
simple.
indigo children, are special, especially knowing
She's a
how you
crystal. She's
you
not an
set up.
indigo. I'm an indigo. She's a crystal.
Oh yeah,
But
well even that crystallized
when
vision.
she
They
said
all
that,
these young
but
souls
when she
got that.
said, but listen, when she said that, that's common sense. It's very simple.
Hmm.
God made my mom and dad, and my dad and my mom made me. Therefore, my God would be mom and dad. And anything outside of them that they try to push on me is my decision to listen to or not.
Yes.
Most
See,
people don't
that's
look at it like that though.
indoctrination. We have too much indoctrination. The older souls, because of the world we live in, you're able to raise her via where we're at right now in the world where she doesn't have to be
I'm
indoctrinated.
raising my daughter. I'm raising my daughter is the future. My son is the present. I'm the past. I'm raising
Yeah.
my daughter 20 years ahead of time.
and that's
That's why
beautiful.
we pulled her out way before. Like everybody hasn't even caught up to the way. Like y'all don't even know what timeline we're in. Most people think we're still in 2024. I keep telling y'all we're not in the 20s. We're still in the 16s and 1500s. They added 1,000 years to everything. And I did the actual math on this shit because Beyonce did that concert. Her last concert was called the Renaissance. Why would she call her concert the Renaissance? If you do the
Yeah,
math from that date when the Renaissance ended and you subtract 300 something years, you'll get 2024. I know
that's
exactly what
crazy.
timeline we're in. But to go back to the God is our image thing, my reason why I asked the question wasn't because I don't understand the verse. I've heard many pastors try to break this verse down and they always subjugate it to God separated himself, this, that, and the third, and everything. In that time, when God made the image of human, he was separating already. The earth was already recreated 6 times. You feel me?
Hmm.
So when we go into this, most people will sit up here and say, well, let us make man in our image is the verse that tells us God created us. But in the same sentence and context, we'll say that that God in that verse for Genesis is not the original creator. So which God are we talking about? Because the God in that verse and in that testament is not considered to be the most high. That's
That's why
Yahweh.
I think people that stuck in religion need to expand their horizons and imagination. Because I don't think we should go all the way God body and say like we're because that just leads too much to too much egosticalness when people start calling themselves God because they associate it with power and ego. They put an ego on God. God is actually in the pure nature of it, all
But
possibilities.
wouldn't
The
God
just
have
the
created
source
the
of
ego though?
creation, that
Wouldn't all right,
imagination.
so check this out. God created everything, right?
Well, yeah. The
So if
idea,
God
but
created
you really can't
everything,
use that word because that's a European
wouldn't he
word.
have created the ego? And wouldn't the ego manifested as flesh be what they would call the adversary, aka Satan? Because that's
Um,
what it's taught in the occult. Satan was literally the pinnacle of ego. That's why he fell.
yes, but
Because he
he
did not
was
want to ascend
God
from the
made him
ego.
out of. Listen, watch this. God made him out of all the beautiful things of the world, all the beautiful gold. The
No,
devil
God
and
made him
Satan was
before the
beautiful.
world.
No,
No,
no, what I'm
Satan
saying,
was
but
created before the
he was
world,
made out
bro.
of instruments, though. He was like a giant instrument. He was the most beautiful being ever created, but he got lost in ego and
I'm
couldn't keep it. That's why
gonna ask this
wickedness
question: what
develops
book does it talk about
to
Satan being
evil.
made?
I forget.
You gonna do it
What
like
book is
that,
that?
bro?
What book is that? Let me know that.
I don't know. You got. That's why I wish
There
Satan was
was
in
a
here because
You
book.
he's the
see
most
what I'm
scholar.
saying?
No,
See what I'm
they
saying?
removed the
But
book.
you haven't
They
got that
removed
far.
the
Go
book,
read the
guys. There was
Necronomicon.
a book that was explaining about Satan and how the 1/3 of the angels did get cast out when
Yeah, because
the
they
fight
followed him. They
happened.
wanted to be beautiful with Satan.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why it's a
Here's the
separation
thing
in the
though.
world.
This
That's
but
where the
this
Was
evil
it
comes
that
from.
they
it
wanted
don't
to
make
be
sense.
beautiful, or they really wanted free will?
But it don't make sense. Because
No.
Everybody has free
Okay,
they
will.
so
cast him.
what had happened
Listen.
was
They cast him out of heaven, right? That's what they say.
no. Matt Adam was created and was
Yeah.
made to be brought before the council of the gods. And in the council was Lucifer. All
Hmm.
the angels bowed before Adam, said Adam, and we know Adam is not one. Okay, so anyways, so everyone bowed but Lucifer, and Lucifer was like, I'm not bowing because I don't really think he better than me. And
Mm.
God was like, what do you mean you're not, you should bow, everyone else did. And he's like, no, because I'm still the best and I'm going to show you that your creation to this. And that was the
You
whole
know what
thing.
though? You know what? I never heard that full breakdown like that, but that's powerful
What's
because
good, T?
Satan in certain versions of the Bible is not evil. The Europeans made Satan this evil demonic character. Satan naturally isn't
Listen,
necessarily
I'm
just
gonna say
pure
this
evil. That's
again.
that's a
There's no
European
such
mind
thing
control thing.
as demons. All angels, even the fallen angels, are still angels. We call
Yeah,
them demons. The real
yeah.
term for demon was actually God. That's why it was called daemon. There's no such thing as
Think
demons. I don't know where everybody gets this
So
whole
is it
oh,
right.
there's
said?
Okay.
evil angels
Is
and
it
bad angels.
said that the
It
wings or they were made into something else? They're not angels anymore.
no, they didn't. They're actual angels. They just angels on a lower frequency. But
No,
like people
I
don't know
know that. Yeah, yeah. So that's
principalities.
us. That's
So
us.
like
Then
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
all I can get.
Well,
Principalities
all
are
humans are
Concept.
not
angels.
angels because
Listen,
they're humans can be manipulated by their lower self nature. So if you don't,
This is
basically, when you
why I
become the mind,
asked
angels can
Mama
be
and
manipulated. They manipulated
this is
from
why I
God,
asked
from
Mama
Satan.
and
but
Heaviness. No,
there's
I didn't
cheat though.
ask
There's
them.
cheat
I
codes.
think I
There's regular
stated
cheat.
this to where
Like
I
the
don't
Lamb of
feel
God,
that
like it's cheat.
emotions are natural.
Satan is a concept.
Facts.
Satan is a
Facts.
concept. Okay, so demon is also a concept. Let's
Facts.
think about it. You wanted something and you wanted it so bad, you wasn't willing to go through the proper necessary channels and perceptions and thoughts to get it.
Hmm.
At the first chance you got, you grabbed. And now you're stuck.
Sounds like your holder boss.
What do it become to you? A demon.
Hmm.
That's a demon. A demon is that you made without proper thought, that is now like Atlas, your world that you have to push up the hill, or your eagle that has to come and eat your liver for it to regrow for the next day until
And you
you
see
realize
that
that you
in
don't want
natural
it
life.
anymore.
And
You
the
see
crazy
that
part
in
about it,
natural life with women having children with men that are not equipped of being fathers. They disappear. That's the same concept you're gonna get.
And becomes a demon.
and so
Yes.
like here's another
Yes,
thing though, because
demon
like
Like,
time.
we could
Drill
break this
in,
story down
spin in the
talk
block.
because
that, mama. Talk
they
that.
say that
Yeah,
they
demon.
cast Satan out of heaven, right?
Yeah, I just put logic to it. Like I'm not, I don't know the stories, all the stories y'all know, but guess what? I put logic in real life to it. When I
Yeah,
read the
illogical
Bible,
That's how
behavior
you
I
becomes
break
a
put
demons out.
logic
demon.
to it. That's it.
So
Yeah,
when they cast him out of heaven, right?
go ahead.
We do know that the heaven that he was casted out of was like the seventh heaven. It wasn't. He was never casted to earth.
There was no version of
Having
hell
in
in
the
any
You see
category
what I'm
or
saying?
any language or any scriptures and any of that. First of all, when Enoch described all the heavens, it was a version of heaven that he explained that sounded like hell, but it was still heaven.
It was heaven. They didn't leave heaven. Like cast it. So this is why I say this
guys,
shit. Listen,
heaven is mine.
remember, remember
Yes.
Please,
Job, the story of
please
Job.
Hell
stop
is the
this.
vessel.
There
The
was
The
no
vessel is
temple.
seventh.
hell.
It's the
There's
temple.
seventh dimension of your mind. There's 12th
Your
dimension of
crown
your
chakra.
mind. There's 7,200 billion dimensions of your mind. Wherever that thought was that received the evil code that you said yes to, then you shall fall to man and
Mhm.
carry said such acts until you repent and go back to the seven and continue your way up by
But
asking
if you
for
want to put it
forgiveness.
in that way, then it would just be the fall of the colostrum oil, which is Santa Claus going down a chimney, going all the way down the spine and
Are
coming
you
back
That's
up.
kidding
why
me?
I talk about
Well, yeah,
Kundalini
that's
all
a
the
good
time.
analogy.
When I was
That's the
talking to
same shit.
Heavy, that's why I was trying to make that correlation, but niggas was acting like I was stupid for saying that shit. All that shit
Because they
correlated.
don't
When we
want
started
everybody to
Saying
look
what?
separating
at
Say
it,
it
shit
again.
because everybody's not
Say it
supposed to
again.
know.
Crystallize. I ain't hear you. Say it again.
it was I was just basically concurring with what Sage said about the 33 vertebrae and how the Christ is going up the vertebrae and rising your chakras and basically doing the Kundalini activation.
Yeah,
It's
you gotta
different words
climb
for
Jacob's
it.
ladder.
Yeah, because your
That's common
brain
Jacob
is
ladder.
not just in your skull, it's all the way down to your S5 vertebrae spine.
So
That's
Yeah.
the whole brain.
Crystallize. This is why I say
even the
this, bro.
understanding of
Most
heaven,
of us were raised Christians.
right?
Yeah, me too.
We know these stories. But
But we don't know
everybody,
how to interpret
but
it.
it
That's
does
my
take a
point.
network. It does take it takes a network. That's why I listen to everybody. So no matter whatever concept I believe or I can get at this point, because me saying I believe, not saying like faith, I just walk in blindness. No, that's just where I'm at right now. That's why I talk to certain people who I feel like that are more wise than me and has
I
more
don't feel like
experience
you
than
have to
me.
lose either.
Like when they
Either I'm,
told
you know what
me
I'm saying?
all the when they explained the chakras and different uh, emotions and joys and all this, that takes experience.
Mm-hmm.
You don't you don't appreciate or understand it until you've actually lived life. You dig what
Right.
I'm saying? So
And my
all this
daughter
is
taught me
about
that.
experience.
My
We were
daughter was the
just
first
talking, I
one.
think it was yesterday. I was just talking to my man Heavy about this. I'm like, but I just let them rock and let them talk because everything they said, you can say joyful, joy, this and that, this and that, this and that, but you don't know joy if you don't know sorrow.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You can know all of these things and not know the other side
Yeah.
because you never felt that. See, this year alone, I didn't realize how many women have been raped and have been done this certain type of way. I didn't know that
But
because that
okay.
wasn't in my reality. Your
Yeah,
reality is
exactly.
your concept because that's what your eyes have seen. If it's
I
not
want
in
to
your
go into
reality,
that too.
bless you
I
or
want to go into
bliss you,
that
whatever you
too
want to say.
because that's where Satan lives at. That in like I said, but people try to make that evil a person. That's why anthropomorphizing means when you try to humanize energy like God. You can't make
Right,
anthropomorphizing is when you try to make God a human. You cannot look at God like a human. We're expressing ourselves using the energy that is the nothingness that allows us to create from darkness. But that the fact that it's unlimited like that means you can do evil with that or you can do good with that because
Crystal,
you
you need
can
to stop
make
right,
half-ass
anything.
studying, bro.
Huh?
Stop
right.
half-ass studying, because you actually got points, my nigga, and you actually know what you're saying.
I
Like
know
I
I do.
understand everything. What the fuck you talking about? I understand what you're saying. You just be like you be everywhere with it, bro. Hunker down and study so you can teach these niggas, like for real. Cause you
No,
Yeah,
bullshitting
but
I
right
he
now,
know
was
I got
nigga.
on
echo,
he was
y'all. That's
on
why
a
I keep
point.
muting myself.
He was on a very key point. That is exactly what it is ultimately. That's your task. You
Crystal
were
be getting
put here
nervous when
with
he
a
be up
big
here with these
box of
heavyweights, nigga.
puzzles,
You a
and you
heavyweight
were
too,
supposed to
nigga.
put your
I
puzzles
know.
together
That's why I was like, man, I
because
gotta stop playing on my top, bro. I really be moving. I
after you
study for
finish
real, nigga. This my
your
life.
piece, you become something. You see the whole thing, and then you get utilization of the whole thing. But it is very counterproductive for you to have a vast array of things to pick from, and you choose to pick what makes your flow that much tougher. Yeah,
Yeah,
you still can maybe overcome. Yeah, you still can be, this is a matrix time zone and we're in a prison planet and all of this stuff, but that's
exactly. You putting
compensation.
yourself in that
That's
world.
compensation looping. Right.
Hold on, let her
That's what you
finish.
do to yourself when you
Yeah.
pick up those matters. But if you could pick up the cleaner version of those matters, how much greater would your outcome be and your output?
So
Mm,
shit.
that's a good question.
Fire.
I mean, if you're calling yourself a computer, if you're calling yourself technology, these are the terms and conditions we've assumed our identity to. And if you're going to be operating as such, then you need an aggregated learning model. You need to be in a proper server. You need to be sure that your
Mhm.
processing unit centers is
How many
working
times we
efficiently.
And
how many
that's
times
why
we play a
us
And you
as
game?
know the codes.
and
How
that
many
and
times do
that's
we
why
play a
us as
game
a
and
And you're
we,
not
we
motherfucker.
need a
deleting
server?
yourself.
How
And you
many
Nah,
don't
times
have
we play
fire.
a
cookies
game
and
and we need a
miles
server
and
So,
for the
so
shit?
you
byways.
got to know the manual then. What you just said
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
basically.
But most people don't study the manual. That's the point of what we
But
trying to get. Cause a
we've
lot
been
of people
hiding
don't
Yeah,
that.
study that shit.
yeah, that's fire.
You know
That's
what I'm
fire.
saying? Cause like when you looking at the manual of a video game, like how many times you get a video game and you just like, man, fuck that.
Hey,
Especially if it's a shooter.
Sage,
You
you
know, if
might
it's a
think it
if it's
because
if
I
it's
say
if
the
it's
same shit.
what y'all be playing? Fucking basketball and shit. So you know I don't
2K,
play sports games. So
2K,
two
Call of
K.
Duty.
By
Yeah.
the time, all right. So from two K 01 when it was on Dreamcast all the way up till it got to PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Before the new Gen 2K came out, you never looked at the manual because you didn't have to. The buttons
You
You
were the
know
just
same
what?
watch it. You
every
just
You
game.
guys
plugged
are
in. You
lucky.
just plugged
You guys
in.
are lucky because I'm the older version, right? And I'm the version that came with the dial-up version. So I had the video game that you put in the computer. You can go take a shower. You can go. make some coffee, make a breakfast, because you know it's an all day game. You got it's the summertime. So it's still running. And there's no letters coming on the screen yet.
Yeah.
So by the time you finish after an hour, that's when the first paragraph pop up. And you know you gotta read every
Oh,
last one
she
of
talking
those
about that real
paragraphs to get
connection with
all
that.
You talking about a
you
video
hear
game?
me, bro?
Sage, I love the way she just broke that down because you know that's
You
what
talking
we
about that
talk
real
about.
dial up? That
You know that's what we talk about. That
That's a
you get on the
fact.
phone. You get on the
Facts.
phone. That bitch go.
And you know you gotta read every paragraph to get every damn motherfucking shit you need to play that game. If you miss a
But mama,
paragraph,
you
you
know the way
miss
you just
a
broke that
tool.
down is the Matrix. All the ancient programs and all that. All you have is upgrades and re-updates and all this and that. This is
Yes.
what when they were talking about, certain people having these alien talks or whatever. I don't believe in aliens. I believe in an older version of humanoids. I do believe in that.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel
That's
you.
what I
There you
believe
go.
in. You know what I mean? There
Facts,
is
love.
no aliens. What we looking at is us.
Yeah, just in
Yes.
what
Joey, what's
exists in
good, brother?
different dimensions. We seeing in
Yeah,
different
but they're
dimensions,
but
and
they just
dimensions
left.
represent
They
time.
learned how to leave. Now they're
That's what
coming
we talking,
back.
bro. That's
This
what
is
But I
why
everybody
certain
also
stopped
see it
people
from
listening.
different
are
time frames.
so stuck on this Anunnaki talk. First of all,
Bro,
I know law and I believe in reflections. I know not to make factions with something I do not know about.
Facts.
I
absolutely.
don't make choices.
Absolutely.
That's why you keep hearing me talk about the peace and friendship treaties. So when I know what commerce is, and I know that's what we pledge allegiance to, and
Yo,
I understand that's where they get. First of all, without us, they have no opinion. They have no voice. Just like how God breath put soul in us by breathing in us. Guess what? We did that to a people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it says reflections. It's so easy a caveman can do it literally.
hmm and
That
that
shit
comes
sounds
from
stupid, don't it? It sounds stupid, but
it.
you don't know where I'm
Right,
coming from with it, do you?
that comes from that original intellect. When think about it, animals, lions, tigers. And I just went to the zoo this weekend. I looked at it was a panther in the cage, locked up. It was nighttime. I zoomed in on his eyes on my phone. This nigga has the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my life. I went and seen the lions. The lions are giants. These motherfuckers is big. I got to see them up close. Think about us without the government, face to face with a lion or a Pumbaa. You are at mercy. You are at mercy to this creature. You are not the most powerful creature anymore because what governs that power?
This 4-5.
This 4 5, yes, but that's intellect. That's your technology. That's what makes you God because you can
This
use
grenade,
God at the
nigga.
highest
That's
level.
why.
But see, that's intellect. That's technology. That's creativity. That's what makes you a
No,
God body.
facts, facts. I get what you're
You feel
saying
what I'm
though.
saying? You
Yeah.
feel it? So when you think about Egypt, that's what I was saying about the Sphinx and the pyramids. These are 60 to 100,000 year old civilizations, bro. These niggas trying to limit us. This is coming from his story.
See,
This white
that's
man
the
wrote
thing
these
though.
books.
That's the thing though. I
You,
don't
you
believe
can't
that.
you can't
So
take this shit for you can't take these time zones. They have water erosion on the Sphinx. That means the water erosion came meaning that the Sphinx was in a lake, was in a body of water. It's a
Well, what
desert
does that
now.
mean to you? What does that
Think
mean to
about it.
you?
Watch this. I know that Kemet was tropical, and for it to be tropical, that means that entire landmass was once like Brazil. In my
so
mind, that's
have
how
you
I
heard
see
of
it.
the theory
No, no,
that
no.
nothing is
Crystallize. That's
invented, everything is
beautiful, but I said,
rediscovered?
what does that mean to you? What does that
What you
mean
what
happen?
part? What part?
What
Crystal,
does that mean happen? That
Crystal.
you see,
I
yeah.
know where you're going with this. Have you heard of the theory that nothing has been invented and everything has been rediscovered?
Uh, Not necessarily because
Nothing
I
under the
believe
sun is new.
that we create from that mind space. So the more, so I feel like I do believe that Kemet had a higher forms of technology and more because I believe that they moved the blocks on the pyramid using telekinesis and vibrations
So
using the
you didn't watch the video I sent you about where the pyramids come from?
I don't know. I think
I
I
sent it
looked
to
at it.
you.
I don't remember.
So,
So
crystallize. Do
the
you believe
video
those
wasn't
pyramids could have survived a reset or a mini
the
reset?
Yes,
pyramids create
exactly.
the
That's why they're so
resets.
special. That's why they're
The
so special.
pyramids,
Yes,
the pyramids
I feel
create
like they're
the
ancient,
resets.
like super ancient. Like I'm talking about, like I said, minimum. And they did the carbon dating on it for it to be. Think about this. Think about this. Think about this. Like really think about this. Egypt is a desert. It was once tropical. Just wrap your mind about how long that took nature to actually turn a tropical place into a desert? What type of wars? What type of stories? What type of time? What type of natural transformation and evolution? You talk about evolution. Think about tropical to desert. Think about that
That
type of
blood shit.
evolution.
He
That's
don't know
a
about the
long
wars though.
time, bro. That's a
Yo,
lot of
mama,
history.
I don't think he know about the wars, bro.
yo,
Yo,
mama,
yo.
you know what I just realized? That
What?
our Asian is freaking genius, bro.
Real shit.
Now, I'm gonna explain what I mean by that, right? And Sage is laughing. If it's Sage laughing, I know why you laughing too. But that place is a desert, right? And they left. They left. Let me just keep it. Let's start there. They left, right? And they know that the technology that we have literally can create whatever it freaking think about. So imagine that they left a place for us to go and play because they know every time we want to talk about power, dominance, authority, every time we go to Adam, every time we think of ourselves as, I'm saying, standing upright and strong, we going to go right back to that freaking desert and we going to make that shit green. That's why the Sahara right now
Yes,
is having water there right
and
now
it's
because
possible.
every time we go talk about our power and what our identity is and how strong we are as a people, we forget none of them. We forget the Bengay, we forget all of that. Forget Baptist, and we go right to the desert and green it up for them with
Basically, I'm gonna just put it
Yo.
this
no
way.
problem. So by the time they reincarnate in their jars and they really come up out them sands,
You just
they ain't
said
gonna
some
come
shit.
up out the sands for long. They're gonna come to trees and swing and
I'm
shit because that's how powerful we are. Listen, you're gonna hear them tell you, say, the desert over there is coming green because that's what we're gonna do
Hmm.
soon. I just want us to keep that in mind. That's how the Mayans got overran with all that shrubbery and stuff, and
well,
we can't see our step
I look at it
pyramid.
like
But
this. From
okay,
what I know, there was a war that happened that created those deserts. Those
Facts.
deserts used to be oceans.
Yeah.
That's why you find all these civilizations buried within the sand. It's because
that's
there
the
were people
thing.
living there. They
We
were blown the
haven't.
fuck up and they eradicated the whole landmass. Kind of like what they're doing in Palestine. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Literally.
a lot of that shit was done from a warfare that happened. And I know I did come in on a live when y'all was talking about Marduk. And so like
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
a
yeah.
little
That
bit
was
about
yesterday.
that
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
celestial bodies. That's the creation of celestial bodies. I know that story and that's between Tiamat, Marduk, Gaia. That's the asteroid belt, the moon, and how the moon got here. Like I know a lot about that shit, but I don't talk about it because people are not even willing to go past the ice wall to understand some of this shit happened. The reason why I asked Crystal, how long do you think those pyramids were here, and do you understand that nothing has been invented and everything has been rediscovered, is because from what I found out, the pyramids were all over the planet at one point, but the reason why they were there was because they're literally in place to create the reset events that take place. Like the energy that they hold is what sets off the global change of the fucking environment. And they use those as weapons to keep the lower people, humans, in order. So when one person
Or in
comes from the
fear.
other side of the wall and they get into the dome that's supposed to be over us, if they get through whether these portals, stars, ocean, or coming from over the side of the wall, and they get in and they start spreading what's really going on, they reset it every single time. But a lot of people don't know about the custodians. A lot of people don't know about all these other things that we talking about. Y'all are just now finding out that the ocean is really
And
where
be
all it is.
easy with that
We've
C
been
word,
saying this shit
G.
for the last 5, 6 years because I was in the Navy,
Say,
so I know.
Sage,
You
do
know what
you
I'm
know
saying?
we already gone? We already gone, bro. We already. That's why they bugging out. We not even here. How about we already made it through the fucking shit?
Exactly. We're on 5 feet
We already
and
made it through the shit,
able
bruh.
able to
You
live
know
on
why?
higher
Because it's
dimensions.
cycles. We
They
were
do it
meant
on
to.
another
It
level.
has to happen. It has to happen. We ain't had no choice.
The
We ain't had
fact
no
that we
Our
keep
choice.
souls
talking
are
about
about to
stuff
be focused
beyond
on
this
a higher
spot
density right now.
means we're not even here.
I
Yeah,
can't
Our
but
stand
souls
we're
this.
have
actually
already
physically higher
journeyed
dimensions.
where it had to go home. Our souls is home,
Hugh talking
literally.
that shit.
Fire,
Okay.
fire.
Real shit. We not here. We on a higher dimension right now. We really do the chosen ones and the souls that's actually just angels. We're not here. We're just assisting other souls get through the gateway. Most of y'all niggas gonna be locked here with Donald Trump and them for the
That's
next
what
I
I'm
10,000
trying to
mean,
years.
tell them
but
so that
look
they can
though,
come with
We
me.
about to leave this whole
that
dimension.
sounds good, but if it's all reflections, you're spiritual, whatever you want to say. That's why I keep telling y'all. That's why I call myself a spiritual baby, because I'm not in tune with that side. Okay, but at the same time, I know it's balance. Why
Mhm.
would they say balance if you're not worried about both?
You got to be worried about both.
You got to worry
Balance
about
was for
both.
your growth and development of Allah. Your
That's
arm, leg, arm,
your
head.
body.
How do you
But
make yourself
let me
walk
ask this
with that
question:
like Luco and not fall over?
does your spirit, soul, whatever, have arm, leg, all that? What you just said? Does it have that?
It
I'm
don't
asking these
get here.
questions. I'm
It
only
don't
asking
get
questions.
okay. Yes, okay. Let me answer in stages, right? Yes, they do, but they're not gonna come to the vessel, Allah, unless they see him utilizing those things and they know they can come in him without him falling over and combusting himself
That's
and
aliens. That's the
causing
real
a mess
aliens.
on the
That's real
planet.
Planet X.
I got one question. So them
Yes.
children born with no arms, them children
No,
born
it's
with
not
no
just
legs.
physical. It's not just physical.
Mutation is different. Okay.
These aren't mutations though.
No,
Like
but
they're still gonna have their whole body, right?
Listen, Sage. For every comma, there's a consequence. For every comma, there's a consequence. If it came from the chaotic, now if it came from the confusion, then guess what? It's going to be hysteria, mayhem, confusion, and destruction. So if the mama was on the mayhem path, guess what's going to happen to her seed, bro? It's going to be destroyed, whether it's an Anunnaki or a freaking amoeba or a freaking fungi that created such a being. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to be destructive. It's going to be mutated because it came from hysteria. Now, if it came from chaos, it's going to find itself into ordination or ordinance because it's going to find out, oh shit, I am Adam. Oh shit, I'm God. Oh shit, I'm not Anunnaki. Oh shit, I got to do this shit all by my goddamn self and stand up. And then guess what? Its soul and its spirit is going to be standing at the corner watching him. And when he finally figure it out, they're going to come to be like, yes, my son, I'm going to come inside you and show you now how far you can see, how long you can stand up,
Pause.
and how
That's the
fast
real
you can
ancestors.
run.
Pause.
Yeah.
No Diddy. She said, I'm gonna come inside you, son. No, no, man,
Whoa,
bro.
whoa
Hold up.
there.
Hold up.
I'm going to shine, allegedly. No Diddy.
No Diddy. Nah,
Like,
real shit.
no, I have these questions because like I have a hypothesis of where the pyramids come from and why. Tim, you know what my hypothesis is because we heard about it. You know what I'm saying? We heard that shit
Wait a
together.
minute, say that again. I just came back. My
The
bad. Say that again.
pyramids, we kind of know the pyramids were here way before humanity was here. You know what I'm saying? Those are like, oh, it's kind of like the
You
Tartarian
Thanks.
think
effect.
somebody else made the pyramids other than the
I
the
know,
humans?
we know somebody else made the pyramids, bro. We have 3D printers and we haven't print. You don't think with the 3D printer technology that we wouldn't just 3D print a fucking pyramid?
I'm
We are
saying, but
literally 3D printing
what
food,
We
material?
can do it with our
houses.
eyes. What are you
You see what I'm
saying? We
saying?
can make the laser cuts with our eyes, our hands,
That part.
our voices. Do you
Some
know
folks,
30 of us can
Wait a
go
minute. Hold
and
up.
chant
So this
and
this
move
live is
those
about to
stones?
end. Should I go back live
Listen,
or should we leave it
listen.
here?
You want me to bring a live up? Cause I can.
Yeah,
Listen,
do that. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
believe that we can do that